Good morning everybody and welcome to Canada's Wonderland. It's great to be here again. I have been at the park for the last 2 days, but I've got an issue really that I've been living with for many years that's stopping me from enjoying these parks as much as I would like to. So yeah, I've only done the major coasters in the last 2 days and it stopped me from creating a vlog, like a proper vlog that I normally would do. So yeah, I've only done the major coasters that you hear about, like Yukon Striker, Behemoth, Leviathan over there. But yeah, I thought I'd tell you about the issue now because I've been living with it for many years. It's a body issue, and yeah, it really takes the enjoyment now because I don't know when it's going to get really bad. People who know me know I've been living with it for a while, but I just wanted to create a vlog it anyway. It's my last day at the park, day 3 of 3. Park hours 10 AM till 8 PM. And they do open the park to pass holders, which I am. But the funny thing is, the passes are really cheap. I've got a silver pass up until like September, Labour Day. And yeah, it's only about £90 I think I spent, maybe a bit less than that. So yeah, we're starting out at the Uber drop-off, which is a 5-minute walk to the security entrance. And yeah, I thought I'd show you this bit because I know a lot of people would probably use a drop-off area. If you're travelling from abroad, this is where you get dropped off. The main road is to the other side of these trees. But yeah, it's nice to be back. But it's such a shame about that issue because I was recording the vlog on Friday, my first day at the park. And yeah, for my first day it was Friday the 8th of May. And I couldn't really get anything going really. I started it, got my fast pass, did a few rides and it's just aggravated it. My fault really, but yeah, I thought I'd tell you the whole story because I thought you might be interested. I've just not been able to enjoy the parks as much over the years. It's slowly, very slowly getting worse, and I think I'm at the point where I need to do something about it. But yeah, while I'm talking during this intro, I'll try and play some clips in the background so it's not just me waffling on about my life story. But yeah, walking down the path to the security entrance. There is 2 security entrances. You have got the turnaround of Leviathan there. There's one either side. And they have had a couple of events on recently, over the last 2 days. They've been having AlpenFury open for early entry, so yeah, that's nice. People get to ride it really early in the morning. But yeah, there's a Canada's Wonderland sign there. You got Behemoth in the background. I can see Daredevil, which isn't open. It's a re-theme of Flight Deck. I'm not gutted about missing that because it's an SLC. But then you got Windseeker as well. I'll zoom in. Daredevil on the left there, Windseeker, Yukon Striker behind it. Then you got the turnaround section of AlpenFury, which is a great section. We'll talk more about the ride when we get in the park. But yeah, just play some modern music, so you've got to be careful with copyright around the entrance. Do you find they play it quite loudly? But yeah, I did walk around there yesterday to go through that entrance, but they had it blocked off. And for some reason, a lot of people get dropped off down there. Don't know why, but yeah, here we are, the turn down to Leviathan, being in Gig Coaster. I'll talk more in depth about these rides once I get in the park. Yeah, they're quite nice and fresh actually. Nice wooden fences. You can probably tell, very loud music, but yeah, we'll get into the entrance and I'll talk a bit more. And here we are for security. The security process is quite good actually. They have one scanner, like multiple lanes. You go through the detector and it'll tell you if you need to go left or right. There's a separate line you go down. One of them's for an extra check and one of them you just go straight through. But yeah, that music's still loud. Yeah, it's such a shame they have to keep playing loud pop music in the parks. I'm sure the music's fine, but in a different circumstance. But yeah, you got exit either side as well. Not one of my favourite park entrances. It reminds me of Kings Island, another Six Flags / the Cedar Fair park. Very simple. I'm sure this is up for renewal, up for refurbishment really. I like the logo, don't get me wrong, the Canada's Wonderland logo is fantastic. But yeah, I see a plane up there going into Toronto Pearson. Yeah, the airport's not far from here. So it's only about a 5-minute ride from my hotel to here, and then only about a 15-minute ride from there to the hotel, airport. So it's been fantastic in the hotel I did, the Novotel in Toronto, in Vaughan. So yeah, we're going to have a quick look at the track over here for Leviathan. You've got about 15 minutes until the park opens. They don't open the rides till 10 AM, but they do let pass holders in, well, most of the people in it anyway at 9:30, so yeah. Look at Leviathan in the background there. 306 feet, being in Gig Coaster. Some lovely blue track. And I like how the support's a different colour to the actual track. Yeah. I have got some rides on there, so that issue I was talking about, it hasn't stopped me from riding my bucket of coasters. I have ridden the Leviathan, Behemoth, AlpenFury and Yukon Striker, so not much. There is 18 credits, but the majority of them are kiddie coasters, or coasters I've not come here for. Would have nice to have got them, but yeah. But look at that, it's such an impressive structure, isn't it? And it makes such a loud noise. I'm sure I'll put some clips in around here, but it makes such a loud B&M roar. It was opened in 2012, so it's not one of the newer coasters. But yeah, look at it, beauty. It wasn't long before they set the test train. You can hear that lift it. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to zoom in because it's going to be around here in a few seconds. But you can probably hear it in the background. Just going around the turn around there. It's so good. Such a quick ride. Here we are, low to the ground there, time hill, then it gets to this massive hill here. Beautiful, then the turnaround is in the trees. Such a good moment as you enter the park. Beautiful. In the park now, they do play the national anthem here at Canada's Wonderland. I found they did before the merge with Six Flags, so yeah, I've done it at Cedar Point and North Derry Farm as well, having the national anthem of the country. But obviously this is a bit different. This is a different country for me, Canada. Yeah, like I said, I've been to the park the last 2 days, so it's not entirely new to me. I would have loved to give you my first impressions. I was planning on doing that, like I said, but yeah, on the left you got AlpenFury's turnaround. Daredeviler. You've got a few shops. You've actually got a Wonderland store around here. There's all the standard merchandise, etc. Some nice merch. And sometimes I have to remind myself the exchange rate is basically double or nearly double the GBP. So yeah, I looked at a shirt yesterday and said no thank you, but it was only $35, which is actually not that bad. Yeah, I love this central area here at Canada's Wonderland. Got a nice fountain package here. You've got Wonder Mountain right down the middle there. There's actually got 3 coasters in that mountain there. It's really cool. Nice clean water. I feel like they've put these plants in. But yeah. Yeah, we'll get a few better views of this when we get down the side. Yeah, some nice buildings down here. From what I've seen the last 2 days, it's a beautiful park. It's a massive park. Don't get me wrong, you will be feeling it if you do multiple days. So that's why this issue I'm talking about. You can probably figure out what it is. It really takes its toll. So you can't really do any sudden movements or twist your body, walk too quick. Because then all of a sudden it'll ruin your day. I've had to leave the park quite early the last 2 days. So when you're trying to walk back and get your Uber, you can really hurt. So it's my bad for not storing it over the years. But I think I'm a bit scared of the issue about not being able to get to the theme parks anymore for a number of months. So yeah, here we are. At least I can walk around the park, taking a look. But here we are, it's another good view of the fountains. So I don't know if someone could help me with the name of this area, but is there a name for this central area or not? I don't know, but look how many fountains there are, all the way down from Wonder Mountain, all the way down to the entrance. Yeah, I just love it, it's so clean as well. Try and get the camera up a bit further. And then you've got all this stall over there for AlpenFury. And that's the best element, well, one of the best elements. Well, get a closer look at that soon. Yeah. And before I forget, they've got plenty of seating around this park. I've been having to sit down quite often. Yeah, I've said now, it's a hernia. I think you can guess that. I've been suffering with a hernia since I was at 18. I'm 32 now, so yeah, I've not been able to do ride non-stop. Sometimes I'll get to a park and it doesn't affect me. I can go on a really aggressive ride and it doesn't affect me at all. But on my first day here, those first 2 rides on AlpenFury, it really took it out of me. It's such a shame I'm not going to be able to get all the credits. There's a few dark rides, I think, called Boo Blasters, and there's a few other rides I would have liked to have Tundra Twister, which is a Mondale Avalanche. Yeah, look at all the seating areas. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's actually nice to get it out in the open now. I've been suffering with for many years. Yeah, it's such a shame really, but yeah. Oh look, sweet spot. I've never actually noticed that. I've walked past this both of the days. And of course you've got Tim Hortons, Canadian classic. Just made a left turn to go on this bridge here. Yeah, going up here is not good for me either, but we'll try and have an S. But yeah, I feel like the weather this morning is the best it has been the whole weekend. It is quite chilly, there's quite a breeze. But yeah, I absolutely adore the Central Street area. Fountain package, nice clean water. Great view of the turnaround of Leviathan. Yeah, it's quite steep. Even for someone who's not suffering from anything, just a normal person, it could really take it out of you. The camera doesn't do it justice how steep that is. But yeah, I love the architecture. It's such a great opening area. It's just a shame about the actual entrance building, but I'm sure they got plans for it. It's a very busy park during the heat of the season, so from what I've heard, so here we are. One of my favourite spots in the park. You've got the first inversion for AlpenFury there. You got Thunder on the Mac Power Coaster is in around here. The entrance is around there. Coaster is around here. Yeah, there's just so much going on. So much information to take in, really. So many different rides, manufacturers, etc. It's such a great view. Look at it. Look at that water fountain. There's 3 coasters to go through that mountain. It's just crazy. I can't get over it. And as you make our way down to AlpenFury, I have noticed the crowds are not that much today. There isn't that. I don't know if that made any sense, but the crowds are definitely not at the levels of the first 2 days. Like I said earlier on in the intro, there has been a couple of events the last 2 days, so that does add to the crowds. But yeah, you can see so much of AlpenFury track. It is my favourite coaster in the park. But yeah, I've not done all of them, but nothing's going to be that. It's a great looking ride. I love the colours, great inversions. But I told myself I'll talk about it once we get to the area. But I'm just so excited about it. Oh, just look at that. Yeah, it's definitely nowhere near as busy. I may, if I'm feeling okay, I'll probably get one last ride on AlpenFury because they have got loads of single riders at this park, which is very useful. I know Leviathan's got one, AlpenFury's got one, same with Behemoth. I think Yukon has got one as well. There's a Mac powered coaster, Thunder Run, as you can see, goes through the mountain there. I think these, I think they're, what are they? I don't know what that ride is. I'm not entirely sure. I should know really, shouldn't I? But I can't believe how less busy it is. Oh, the ride's closed. Oh, technically, let's have a look at the time. I say that, it's only 9:41, that's my bad. They do let people pre-queue normally, and then on Friday, 2 days ago, they didn't even let people up here until 10 AM. So maybe that just shows how less busy it's going to be. Yeah, look at this station building of Thunder Run. Deep in the trees there, it's just beautiful. Take it you can get a poutine from there. Never actually had poutine. I've heard many good things about it. Yeah, I'm surprised they let people in this area of the park so early. And you can make your way down to Leviathan that way. But we're just going to stay in this area now and talk about AlpenFury. We're obviously going to talk about a bit more because the let out goes all the way across the park. But yeah, Thunder Run again. Just some nice theming. All to do with mountains, ice, I assume, I don't know. But yeah, there's the station building. You make your way into the building there. There's a few cutbacks here and there. The main part of the queue's right down there. When you make your way out the stairs, you can see there, there's 3 separate lines, single rider, fast lane, and the main queue. And the main queue the last 2 days has been by far the longest in the park. But yeah, we're allowed to queue, it's opened early. Wait a minute. It looks like single rider and fast lane are open. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting confused, there's a little barrier there. But yeah, you go in this station, it has got those bag containers. Like that system that Yukon Strikers got there, they go around the station, they carry smaller items, stuff that can't go in lockers, and that's another thing. Locker situation here, it doesn't have an all-day locker system. You can't just pay $10, $12 which is really, really frustrating. But yeah, there's the locker down there. It is $3 for 2 hours. So if you know the queue's not going to be too long, you can make your way down to back there. The Vekoma Boomerang Leviathan is about a 5-minute walk. And yeah, let's talk about the ride then, shall we? I keep blabbering on, but you're in this station there. It's a 2-train service. You come out here, you slowly make your way, focus, slowly make your way through the launch, and then it kicks it in halfway through. You make up a little bump there, then down to the right into Wonder Mountain. Then you make your way into a launch, and then you go up the mountain. And when we get around there, we'll talk about one of the best mountains on the ride. But yeah, it's fantastic. I do love the theming of the station building. They're not the most well-themed rides here, but they have got a theme. They're more stylized, I feel like. Maybe a bit more than stylized. But yeah, the logo is really nice. I love the AlpenFury. I love the colour scheme, like I said. Well, I actually didn't realise. I'm surprised. They got a grab and go mark here. They need more of those in theme parks. More. It's such a shame that AlpenFury hasn't got free trains, because after that first launch up into the mountain there isn't any opportunities for another block zone. There isn't any mid-course brake runs. So yeah, the second train has to make its way down here before the other train can dispatch. But yeah, there are some punchy launches actually. I mean, it looks like they're letting people pre-queue. I don't know if that's a sign of anything. I have no idea. But I got this path that's really going to cause me trouble. A Mack Wild Mouse here at the park called The Fly. I don't know how old this one is, but I've actually not done this. Like I said, if I feel a bit better later on, I'll do a lot more of the rides. I just don't want to risk it really. You know how hard it is. It can, if you keep doing things like this, it can cause a lot of issues. I really should have stopped doing this years ago. There's the station at AlpenFury. And The Fly. I'm doing some testing at the moment. And this makes those lovely brake sounds of a Mack Wild Mouse. It's so cool. And it does look like maybe it's a bit different, the layout goes to the right there. Yeah, it's cool that they got many different types of rides, isn't it? And I'll just walk around the park, try and do some longer clips. Don't want to keep cutting. I do that quite often. But yeah, here we are, up to the aerodynamics coaster called Vortex, suspended coaster. Just got told off there because they didn't block this area off here. I just thought they opened the rest of the park up really, but not really. Not going to happen, is it? So I'm just going to wait around here for about 10 more minutes and I'll let us run the rest of the park. And then you got, of course, a manned out top scan. You'll recognise that structure from anywhere, won't you? Next to the entrance sign to Frontier Canada, which will make your way down to Yukon Striker that way, or you can go down that way to Yukon Striker. You can see a lot of the track for AlpenFury there with the sun in my eyes. Yeah, so many mishmashes of track in there. You got Vortex, the lift hill Vortex, AlpenFury. Oh, I love that turnaround there, it looks so good. You got Frontier Canada, you can see the small Immelman there. I think that's an Immelman. I'm not like clued up with all my coaster inversions. So yeah, I'm not too sure what that element it is, but it looks like a mini Immelman. Frontier Canada. Yeah. Be back with you in a second once we're let around the rest of the park. They phoned these letters out of that holding. We're going to make our way up to a path I've not actually been up yet, surprisingly. Got Vortex to my right here. And then you got Yukon Striker down there. Normally the last 2 days I've walked all the way down there through Frontier Canada, all the way behind. Yeah, look at this element here. One of the many good inversions. Normally I don't like a coaster that is dominated by inversions, but this ride, it just works. Look how smooth the transitions are. Hello son, nice to see you. I wish it was actually warm. And a little bump into the station brake run. Except I can't get my words out, you know what I'm like. Yeah, I can't believe how good that moment is. 164 feet the structure is. Yeah, and you're upside down. I love it when you're upside down so high up. It's such a good feeling. Oh, there we go. Nearly missed it. Yeah, everyone's been let out of their holding areas now. Oh, just look at it. I can't get over how good that ride is. Just look at them mishmash of track up there. 3 different coasters. Then you've got a massive Immelman poking through the air. Vortex track. Some of these coasters are actually quite old. Like Vortex is quite old. I think it may be older than I am. But here we go. Just finished the layout. Yeah, fantastic. And it's got that lovely noise, hasn't it? I love when a coaster makes a noise like that. Not a bit and raw, but it's got that unique Premier noise, hasn't it? You can tell, it's the same with the Icebreaker over at SeaWorld Orlando. They're different rides. Well, I don't think technically they are, but you know what I mean. But it's just got that noise, hasn't it? You just know it's a Premier. They're so distinct. Yeah, look at that. One of my favourite shots of the park, that is. One of the most impressive buildings at the park is the Lazy Bear Lodge. I think this is like an eatery here out of the park. Is it open? I think it is open. Not entirely sure. Looks like they serve alcohol in there as well, but I love this sign here. All the brickwork, I don't know, is that brickwork or rockwork? Shows what I know. Lovely seating area here. This is being used. I have seen this being used the last 2 days. I've just stood for 5 minutes trying to get a shot of AlpenFury, but it may have gone down. I was just trying to get a clip of that. But I'll spend some time later on getting some off-ride shots, because I like to get them in the clear weather if I can help it. Some great flat rides at the park. Skyhawk here. I don't know all the manufacturers, but Wonderland features heavily, especially that beast there, Windseeker. I still, to this day, that's one of the most terrifying things I've ever done, when I did one of those at Carowinds. Yeah, here's the first Immelman on the Yukon Striker, 245-foot drop, just over 220 foot of the structure is there in front of us. But you do drop a bit underground, under a tunnel there, up into the Immelman. And like I said, there's another Immelman on the other side of the layout. You got Tundra Twister over there, which is another Mondale flat ride. I'll have to do a bit more research, because there are loads of different models. I think that might be an Avalanche. And they've got one of the flat rides in Frontier Canada, so it looked like a Top Scan to me, but I think it might be an Inferno model. But here we are. This one, I can actually get an off-road shot, because you can hear that clunk of that lift hill from a mile away. No matter where you're at in the park, maybe not the entrance, but yeah, I don't know how this is going to work with the camera work, but yeah, I find it does hold you. I think there's 2 rides on this beauty. It does hold you for quite a long while. And if you want that sensation of sitting on the ground more, you do need the front row, because it doesn't take the whole train over. But here we go. Woo! I do love the colour of the track. And then underground. I think it's 80 miles an hour if I'm not wrong. I hope I'm right on that fact. But yeah, and I love that moment as well. Twists over, goes into a vertical loop, as you can see in the distance. Then you got the second Immelman, then the brake run there, mid-course brake run, then you got the traditional second drop. This one's not that vertical, so it's got more of a slant on it. And you make your way through a helix. Just had to. Yeah, I kind of find it funny, these I don't know what the actual manufacturer is, but the actual model type is, but the Windseeker here at the park, I find it funny how, when I've been at these parks in America or Canada, or wherever they have them, they do tend to not work in wind. That sounds funny, doesn't it? If the wind's too high, they don't really like to operate. But yeah, this one didn't open straight away yesterday. Same with Tundra Twister. That opened at 11 AM. They have got Mindbuster not open at all. They're still working on it at the moment. I did see some people on the track yesterday, so Yeah, still the most terrified I've ever been on a theme park ride is on this Windseeker. Then you got a slingshot here. You do see these little parks over on the North America continent. No thank you. Yeah. Oh, it's actually quite warm. And at the moment, my hernia is alright at the moment. I feel like it's getting a little bit better every day. A little bit better. It'll last maybe an hour more today, I don't know. I might be alright the whole day, but yeah, what a shot. It stops me from taking pictures and videos, because the longer I stand around, the more it gets worse. But yeah, maybe I'll have a bit more time to do that later on. Yeah, this is probably a better angle here, with Windseeker in the middle. Just gonna wait a second. There we go. See how long it takes to go down the drop? You're there for ages. Look, so many rides in the picture, look. Beautiful. It's such beefy track, isn't it? I can't get over how beefy the track is for a B&M dive coaster. And so you've got coasters diving here, or not, I was about to say diving, it's driving. And it looks cool, it's sort of similar to something I've seen at Cedar Point. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. And then you have your typical Coke refresh stations. I kind of like those, but most of the parks I've been to have water, but not all of them. But yeah, it's not busy at all. But I'm not going to get on the coaster just because I feel around at the moment. It may aggravate it. I'll give it a few more hours, and if the queues aren't that bad, I'll ride some more coasters. But yeah, we'll walk around here, and then we'll backtrack and go back to Behemoth, which is to my left. And then all the way down there, you've got the kids zone, with like Snoopy's, etc. Yeah, it could be a bit of a mishmash, this vlog is. Mighty Canadian Mindbuster. I've seen people wanting this converted to RMC. Am I getting that wrong? Do people want this to be converted? I've never ridden it, of course, and it probably isn't the best idea, even if this was open, to ride it in my condition. But yeah, I have seen people on the track over there as I've walked past the last 2 days. I don't mind it, actually. If you're keeping an old classic going, I don't mind it being closed, because they take a lot more work than these big steel coasters. You got the traditional short station there on the Yukon Striker, and you've got the same baggage system as AlpenFury, for the little items, that is. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Do they time it per train? Because they send in a certain number of people into the station, and batching a certain number of people. How do you know where you are in the station? Yeah, I think this had it before AlpenFury, of course. And a 5-minute wait. Yeah, people are not waiting outside here. You know, it's quite a short line. Like, it's got a singer at the 2, so yeah, I can't believe how quiet it is today. I think the crowd calendar is going to be a bit wrong. Yeah, it's the element again, Windseeker. It's a great park for pictures. So many good photo opportunities. But in the moment I am now, the sun's just behind a few trees. So yeah, the track does look darker than it actually is on the camera. Love the station built into Yukon. Let it go on the helix. It's such a big track, isn't it? And then you got the locker system there. You have to keep a bit of paper as well. I'm not a massive fan of that. Although I say that, when I went to Six Flags Cadiz City, they made you remember your information. So maybe I'm a bit wrong there. Look at that structure. Yes, they're one-hit wonders, but they're such people pleasers, aren't they? Such crowd pleasers. And you can hear that noise in the background. It's so distinct, isn't it? There we go. Beautiful. Yeah. See AlpenFury down there? So many different rides. There's at least 4 coasters in your view there. At least 4, with one behind me. I say one behind me. You couldn't see it anyway, it's Behemoth. But yeah, we're going to come back this way in a minute, but I'm going to go over to Behemoth and around that area. There is a few flat rides I want to show you. But yeah, that's the exit to the ride. And you got a photo opportunity, not a photo opportunity, that's where you get your photos down the bottom with the merch. And I love the theming here. I say it's more stylized, but in spots it's quite well themed. Striker Mining Company. I love all the rocks here. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? And I'm sure, is there supposed to be running water going down there? So I've not seen that running. There's another great entrance. They do very good over in the North American continent where that entrance is. They're normally 3D size, they're not normally 2D flat panels, which I like. But yeah, these bigger coasters are not normally on the normal fast track. You have to get a fast lane plus, so. Yeah, there you go. Let's talk about the next bit. Behemoth over here. Yeah, you have to walk. You have to walk back where you came from, and you walk down to the right there. Now, I've actually not remembered to talk about the ride experience themselves. I'll get to that. Get to that a bit soon. But I just want to take a little tour around the park before I talk about the ride experience. It's much better if you just come from up there. We're going to make our way down here, which is where the Behemoth is. It's right at the back of the park, so you can see the lift hill down there. It's a bit of a different layout to a lot of the B&M hypercoasters. This one, you have to go out of the station, then you turn right, go up the lift hill, do your traditional out and back, but then down here you got a little turnaround section as well. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's just nicely well kept, isn't it? Around here. It's a beautiful park. For an amusement park, it's very good. But yeah, we're coming up to this station. A lot of the stations look great outside, but then inside it's more of like a warehousey feeling, which I'm not a massive fan of. It's just cresting over the lift hill at the moment. The thing is about 230 feet high, and it has been running at only 2 trains the last 2 days. So we'll see if they got another one on today. They were working on some of the train cars, and it looks like it's not open, but that's all right. Just come back over to Behemoth area, just give some off-road shots here and there. I thought I'd talk about the ride itself, because I don't think I have so far, have I, in this vlog. It's a very good ride. It's got some differences to some other hypercoasters. I do prefer this layout to the likes of Makeo, maybe not Shambhala, but what is similar to Shambhala is the staggered seating. Yeah, it's on 3 trains now. The staggered seating gets through the train really quickly. Operations are fantastic, one after the other. I'm watching it to my left now. They send them out so quickly on B&M, don't they? Even on slow days, I don't feel like it gets through very few people. It's just a people eater, isn't it? A B&M Hyper. It's fantastically smooth. No, I say fantastically. It's not completely smooth. Definitely not glossy. And you can feel a few bumps here and there. But it is one of the older B&Ms. Not before 2000, but it is one of the older ones. It's not as new as Shambhala, but it is pretty smooth for its age. It's a B&M Hypercoaster, not one of the new B&Ms. So you can kind of rely on it being a smooth experience. But the typical hills, the turnaround. I love the turnaround on this one. Not quite as good as the Ampersand on Shambhala, but this one has like a little turnaround area, like Helix area at the end of it. It's near the station area, so that's the difference really to the other hypercoasters. It's why I prefer this to the likes of Makeo. This and Shambhala in terms of layout, but Shambhala still probably takes the cake for the best hypercoasters I've done. B&M do make some great hypercoasters and gigacoasters. So it is running 3 trains. The train that was going over the lift hill there is actually the 3rd train. You've got one there on the brake run just before the station, and there's one already in the station, which I think's just left. We might be able to see it in a second, but that along with Bagwell Stone Coaster, which is down there, is not open at the moment. I've already done backlot a couple of times at other parks. But yeah, I think it is 3 trains. One going on the lift hill, one going into the station, and one down the final brake run. I think I'm wrong actually. I might be wrong actually. No, I'm not. I just sit there poking his head through. Yeah. Not good that it's not open, but at least they're getting that third train on. That's important, even though it's not as busy today. Oh, wait a minute, what's that plane doing? I know you got Toronto Pearson, but what other airports have we got around the area? Looks like a Dash at 8. For all the plane nerds out there, what's that one from this angle? I should know that. Yeah, another one of the flat rides. This hasn't been open the last few days. Yeah, it's such a unique flat ride. I don't actually know the manufacturer. Is it called Sledgehammer? It looks very unique. It looks like it lifts you up and they spin individually. So I've never been a massive flat ride fan. I will do them if I'm with people. I'll definitely do them. But if I'm on my own, I'm not normally one to go on a flat ride. It's a Sledgehammer. It's a Sledgehammer. It is Sledgehammer. Yeah, look at that. It does look unique. I'm just not very good with spinny flat rides. Then you got your typical pendulum ride. Not an intimate gyro swing, which is a shame, but this looks pretty good actually from off-ride. I saw it yesterday. While I was walking past it yesterday, it does go quite high, up to about here, so yeah. You got a carousel down there. Got a swing ride over there. Got your typical games, like your basketball games, etc. But it does look like it's open. There's no one there. There's just hardly anyone here. Look, this was chock-a-block the last 2 days. Yeah. I'm sure I'm not talking about every ride in detail, getting all the different names right, talking about other manufacturers, his stats. I'm mainly a coaster person really, but I do appreciate good feet and good flat rides. And here we are. I'm going to stand a bit back. It's really beefy, isn't it? The arm joint here is really beefy. Yeah, it's called Cyclone.
I ain't doing that, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I got the camera work there, it's a bit shoddy. I don't know what the manufacturer is on this one. I can't get the camera work right, but yeah, this has got fast lane as well. That's a good angle. Look at that angle there. Yeah, it looks like a really good ride. Oh, is that the cycle? I swear it was long yesterday. Yeah, this is a good sign. I like how it looks like a coaster track, doesn't it? And they have one thing I noticed about on these rides, they do have these high boards. See the little arrows there? I'm trying to find the manufacturer to this ride. There's so many different rides I'm looking through. So I'm looking on my phone here. Oh, you can't see. But yeah. Have a little walk around without me talking for a second when I find the information out. But yeah, so many different rides. It's a Mondale Frisbee. I should have known it was another Mondale. It's a different kind of Mondale, obviously, but they do a lot of good flat rides, don't they? Got the top scans, etc. Yeah, I think they've got a Hush top spin here as well. I'm not entirely sure. And they just found out what Sledgehammer is. It's a Hush. Was it a Hush? Oh, I'm getting it wrong. Where's the information? A Hush Giant Jump. Giant Jump 2. Look at that angle down there. I did say I'd go over to the Snoopy area. Yeah, you have got a typical carousel here. I think it's got some theme music in there as well. It's in a show building. It looks like it's one of the older rides at the park. I'm not sure if it is, but I'm not going to focus too much on it. Yeah, there's no one waiting for it. It's very quiet at the moment. You can just see a Daredevil out there, formerly flight deck, poking through. Yeah, I'm not glad to be missing an SLC, trust me. That's one critic I didn't really want if I had to. I didn't even know what those words meant then. Yeah, you got a little spinning ride there. Again, I'm so sorry about getting the flat rides wrong. I wish I was an encyclopedia of information. I'm just not. Yeah, it's just nice to walk around with not too many people. It's just a bit more bearable, isn't it? Especially if people with anxiety. You want to come to the theme parks, they're normally too busy. Got the icy store. Plenty of washrooms. Even the washrooms are themed down there. I've not seen too many of those either. You normally have a lot of these arcadey, like chuck something to get a prize. Yeah, I don't see too many of them around the park, which is nice. Another good angle there of Yukon Striker. We're going to make our way around to where Daredevil is and talk about that area, because there's not too much going on around there, but I just said about those games not being too many. There's some down here. I think this is one path I've not walked down. Yeah, plenty of seating areas, plenty of places not open yet. Like I mentioned, it's early season. Yeah, plenty of seating areas. So if you're really struggling on your feet, I can get really bad blisters. Say I go to Florida for 1 or 2 weeks, my blisters can really affect me. But yeah, here we are. Every park has to have an arcade, don't they? It must be a money machine. But at least they've themed it, haven't they? And it looks very well painted, doesn't it? Apart from this bit. Apart from that bit. And the Swing of the Century is the name of that swing ride that I was on about. Do they have to pay for this? That's Nintendo. You know how fussy Nintendo are with copyright, don't they? They got Mario there, you got Yoshi, you can win a massive Yoshi. They must have to pay like fees for that, surely. There's actually no one in there. No one at all. I'm trying to find a manufacturer that I swing ride. It looks like a classic, doesn't it? It looks like a very old ride. I'm having a look now. It's just a beautiful park, isn't it? Such a good park. The landscaping team look like they do a great job. Yes, it's the start of the season. Not going to get at its worst straight away. But yeah, it's just a lovely park to walk around, isn't it? You got Daredevil and Aaron up near the front of the park and lovely seating area down there. If you want to hide away from the crowd, which I like to do sometimes. Yeah, this is Sierra Wave Swinger. I should have known that, but like I said, I'm not a massive flat ride fan, so yeah, SLC. It used to be called Flight Deck. I'm not sure if that's the new paint job or not, but apparently the other day I was at the park, they did have a train on the left hill. You can see how it transitions from white to yellow there. The Daredeviler. I wonder why they're keeping the ride. Some valuable space there. You could put a couple of big flat rides, maybe a smaller coaster there. But yeah, Daredeviler. Is that AI? I kind of like the logo. I'm going to be honest. I kind of like it. Taking flight this summer at Canary's Wonderland. Yeah, they're not very comfortable. Hopefully it's got new trains, maybe with some more padding. So I have done 2 SLCs. The one at Wallaby Belgium was a bit horrible. Oh, look at that. There's so many good spots of AlpenFury. Yeah, we're going to talk about AlpenFury now, shall we? Oh, the ride experience. I should have done that when I go past every ride, but I do like just touring the park.
Yeah, that is a new ride.
It's such a shame, isn't it? The layout looks fantastic. It's a good off-ride watch, really, in SLC. You got some jigs there. People were... Hello! They're painting the ride. Yeah, they seem happy. They don't mind being filmed. Good on them. Yeah, they work hard at work. I wouldn't want to be out there painting that. I'll be scared. But yeah, there's so many good angles. You got this stall here. The furthest element away from us. You got a stall. You got some air time on there. But yeah, we'll get around to the corner here, and I'll do a proper piece to camera. My review of AlpenFury. Because I did the first ride I did was at AlpenFury on Friday. I went back to back with Fast Lane. I saved about 2 hours of queuing. It goes all the way from Wonder Mountain, all to Leviathan, all the way down to the entrance of the park. It's such a great ride. I can't get over how smooth it is. But here we go, my review. AlpenFury is an absolutely incredible ride. Everything just goes so well together. There's some great airtime, not too much, great speed. I think it's about 70-ish miles an hour, so not too quick but not too slow. It's about the perfect speed to go through those inversions. Some people set in 7 inversions, a lot of people set in 9, but RCDB says 7, so I don't really know what's right. Someone did correct me on the social media platforms, but yeah, it doesn't matter. There's plenty of inversions, plenty of speed, and I just love how glossy smooth it is. You go out of this station, turn to the right, you got your first launch that doesn't hit straight away, but you go down the dip to the right into Wonder Mountain, and you launch flat, and you go up 164 feet. I think the drop's about 154, but you go upside down at the highest point of the ride, plenty of twists and turns to the left, to the right, low to the ground, higher up. You've got this stall. I like how it's like an outer bank as well. Not an outer bank, but you know what I mean, it's the opposite of an outer bank. But behind me you can see there's a boat, and behind me here, like this is a turnaround. If I can get the camera work, yeah, the sun's in my eyes at the moment, but the look of it is fantastic, really, isn't it? The nice beefy support, it's nice and quick. Again, it's so smooth that I was so surprised when I got off, because Premier rides, they got a great reputation with smooth rides. I'm not entirely sure. This one is probably one of the smoothest rides I've ever been on. And no matter what it is, even the newer B&Ms from many years ago, yes, they're really smooth, but this one's fantastic. I've not heard it. I'm trying to get a good shot of it behind me. It launches from back here, but it's obviously down at the moment. But yeah, it's a fantastic ride, glossy smooth, really quick. Love the look of the ride. It's a people pleaser. Everyone flocks to it in the morning. It gets the longest queue by a mile. Absolutely fantastic. Sun in my eyes, but yeah, fantastic ride at AlpenFury. Great job, Premier. I didn't time that very well, did I? Yeah, not very good at timing today. Oh, missed it. Oh, my camera work is shocking today, isn't it? It's so shocking. I don't know if you're eating there, but you probably threw it up. But I was waiting to get a shot down there. It just took forever, so I just kept moving around the park. Fantastic. When you try to move this camera, it's a pocket free that I've got at the moment. When you try to move it like that, you got to be really precise. You got to start moving before the train gets to you. But because this ride's so quick, I'm like this, and the train's already out of the shot or something. So I'm just being honest with my technique. Not everything's going to be perfect. Not every shot of the ride's going to be perfect. But yeah, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic ride. I've never been one to be able to review on camera. I find it really hard to review on camera. When I'm talking to people off ride, it's much easier. I'm less pressured to talk about each element or the different parts of the ride. But yeah, I'm going through the Wonder Mountain lane to that first inversion, the highest point of the ride. It's absolutely fantastic. And this is one of the best views of the ride here. But yeah, still glossy smooth. Glossy, glossy, glossy smooth. Fantastic ride. Look at that. I think I may have got a clip of this yesterday, I'm not entirely sure, but look at that. It's just so nice, you can see the track around there, my finger. After that shocking camera up there, the off-road shots of AlpenFury. Just walking through these flags here, this little pathway down in the entrance. I wonder why they got all the flags there. It's got like Japan, Mexico, the UK. I think there's Turkey up there. Oh, shoddy camera work here, and yeah, interesting. Yeah. I think it may be having a few issues, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to try my best to get some stabilised off-road shots of the ride. I'm not going to do that for everything. But yeah, I think I got another, you got a sweet shop here actually. I was about to say it was a main stall, but it's not. And that's just down to the entrance. We were on the other side there at the start of the vlog. So I'm going to make our way up here, across the bridge again, and then make our way over to Leviathan and all the different rides around there. And then we turn right, just till we got to AlpenFury again, making our way down past Shockwave. The top scan there, the Mondale top scan. Then you got Bat, the Vekoma Boomerang. Again, it's another coaster I would do if it's a short way and I felt like it. I don't always feel like going on one of these other Vekomas. Yeah, they look good off-ride, don't they? People seem to flock to them, really. People enjoy them. But they can be enjoyable. I have done two. I've done Flying Cobras and Carowinds. And I've done one at Wallaby Belgium, Cobra. It looks like it's open. That one's got a single rider too, which I'm surprised with. Yeah, some great theming. Look on the building, some great architecture. And another closed refreshment stand, but we won't talk about that too much. Try to be positive. Then you got Drop Tower over there. Again, another one I probably wouldn't do because I'm terrified of it. But the landscaping, I can't get over how good the landscaping is. Something as simple as a funnel cake sign, along with all this theme, this work down here. I think there's a river there. I don't think the water's as clean. Look down. It's just nice, isn't it? I love being in the park where you can enjoy stuff like this. That's why I love Europa Park so much. This is absolutely fantastic. If there was just some more track rides, like a boat ride and more tracked out rides, then this probably would be one of the best parks in the world. Even with its amusement park status, you could then probably call it a theme park. Most people probably will. You got Wild Beast over there. I think that's one. Oh, wooden coaster. I don't know why I sounded surprised when they said wooden coaster. But you might be able to spot it through there. It's stuck on the lift hill. Either that. Oh, it's just started moving. My bad. So Wild Beast, you got 3 wooden coasters I think you got here. Or 2, sorry. Not entirely sure. But yeah, Drop Tower there. There's a lot going on in this park. You need 3 days, 3 proper days, not the days that I've had. Take it all in. I don't like coming into the park knowing everything about it. It just ruins the surprise then, doesn't it? And this ride here, I have no idea what this is. Normally, I've seen them at fun fairs, but I don't actually know what they are. Like, you stand on the outside, they spin. I don't know if it tilts or anything. What's the name?
I don't like it, no.
Well, no, it's got a good sign. And then here we are. Leviathan, 306 feet, 90 odd miles an hour. Beautiful, never good B&M Giga coaster. Look at it, it's such a good angle with all the buildings there, the Leviathan sign on the bottom left there. As it traverses the layout, you can't actually see most of it from here, but you can see some over there near the entrance. Yeah, it's fantastic. Just look at it, so many coasters, so many coaster tracks. See Wonder Mountain behind me there, where I've just come from. You got the pirate ship as well. Absolutely fantastic. This is actually a Hush UFO. I had no idea. There's a lot of Hush rides and a lot of Mondale rides in this park. But here we go. That would make me throw it up. You can see the people stuck to the side. Yes, it's got restraints. It's not one of those ones at fun fairs where you've got nothing to hold you in. But here we go. Yeah, that's not my kind of ride. It's a great one to watch from off-ride, but yeah, no thank you. I'll be barfing everywhere. It's crazy, isn't it? It's a good angle between these trees. fantastic ride that I've done. Trying to find a good angle to get this review in, but as you can see, there's a lot of shadows going on. It's because of the sun angle during the day, but yeah, here we are in the Leviathan area. It's a fantastic ride, 306 feet, 80-degree drop angle. The drop is 306 feet as well, so both the drop and height are the same. Yeah, fantastic layout. Just short of 5,500 feet, so not as long as 0325. I was about to say something else there, but it's a fantastic ride. It's very smooth for its age, 2012, and yeah, absolutely fantastic ride. It's just graceful, isn't it? These B&M coasters, these older ones, just go for the layout, make that loud B&M roar. Fantastic. I think I've got quite good a turnaround as Shure 325 with a treble clef, but this one's really good. You see now the entrance to the park. It's just nice interaction, isn't it? I like how the ride goes across the car park, well, on the edge of the car park, turns around at the security entrances, then you come back. There's not really any air time, but it's mainly about the speed, and 92 miles an hour. It's a fantastic ride. And yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just a good B&M ride, nice and smooth, nice and quick. Good height, good drop. What else do you have to say? Just a solid ride. Not one of my favourite rides, but it's just decently solid. Good B&M Giga coaster. Making my way down to Dragonfire now, an aerodynamics roller coaster. Yeah, I think it's a custom looping layout. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, this is a very good part of the park as well. Before we get there, I'll just show you this. You got the pirate ship ride there. I don't know the name of that actually. Let's go and have a look at this. I don't know too much about this. It's got some great theming on the exterior. Yeah, look at this. Viking's Rage, that's the name of it. Yeah, look at that. It goes over the water. Reminds you a little bit of Drayton Matters. Not entirely, but it gives you that sort of vibe. Yeah, look at this. I love a good fountain package. What is it with theme parks and water? It just feels so much better, doesn't it? When you're standing by the edge. I know Park Asterix has got a large lake as well. You can sit pretty close. Look at that little... Oh, just look at it. It's got a mixture, hasn't it? A great mixture of theming, stylized theming, and a sense that you're in an amusement park, which I don't want it to entirely lose that. It's kind of a nice vibe, isn't it, really? But yeah, you may be able to spot Dragonfire just over there. It goes just under, I think it goes just under the brake run of Leviathan. Pokemon, yeah, have they got the licensing fees for that? I don't know. Loads of flat rides. Again, that's probably one of the worst ones for me. Spinnovator. Yeah, the weather is so much better on this part of the park. It's so open, so you feel the heat of the sun. It's probably only about 16 degrees, but it feels so much better. Yeah. I think this is the station to Dragonfire over here. Yeah, the hernia's playing ball today. It's not as bad. Normally walking around this quick and turning direction like this would set her off, but no, I'm alright at the moment. I think it's slowly healing. I should really get it sorted, but then I probably wouldn't be able to visit theme parks for a number of weeks. And that's what I'm terrified to go to the doctors about it, so... Yeah, here's the house top spin. It doesn't look like one of the big ones, but has it got water jets on it? I don't think it has got water jets. But look at that dragon there, that metal dragon. Outside the aerodynamics. It looks like a custom looping coaster. Been on a number of those. Yeah, a lot of cow pens. Yeah, it looks like nothing special. The best one I've been on is at Phantasialand. That one's got great theming and a great soundtrack. But yeah, I think the only areas you've got to look at now is right behind Yukon Striker and then the Snoopy roller coaster, that kids zone area. Maybe a few bits I may have missed out, but yeah, it's a fantastic park, isn't it? It may look like a short walk around the park on this log, but trust me, I've walked a lot. You do get your steps in here. If you want to do every ride, and if you keep going from one side of the park to the other, you're going to get in a lot of steps. I can imagine you get more here than at Disney Park. But yeah, look at that angle of Leviathan. Going up the lift hill there. Beauty. Now, next up here is Planet Snoopy, making our way behind the Fly, Shockwave and AlpenFury. Oh, it's a nice little area down here. I've not actually been down here before, so this is my first impressions of this area. I'll just look at all the water around here. You got a little fountain over there. Looks like they're in the process of digging it up at the moment. I think you have got a couple of like car rides down here. Or the old-fashioned car rides. It does remind me of the one. Europa Park. It does look pretty long as well, so you got a lot of the track around there. Pretty cool, you've got some lights on the front. And I do love the entrance sign, it's like a rainbow, isn't it? Tiny Snoopy there. It is important that every park has like kids rides, something for everyone, but I kind of wish it wasn't just segregated. It was like mixed it in with the rest of the park. So say your family are going on your bigger kids, or the parents are going on a big coaster, I wish they'd have like flat rides around the coasters, like more for the smaller ones, but maybe because it's too loud. I don't know what I want about really, do I? But yeah, Planet Snoopy, here we go. And not for me normally, but there is a couple of coaster credits I think down here. Probably not going to get them in. But I could have got my coaster credit count up quite high if I did everything here, because there's 18, I've only done 4 or 5, so... Oh look, it's actually 2 rides. There's a car ride, and this one's a little train ride. It's been like Jim Button, but obviously less themed. Oh, look at this little swan ride. Oh, I did know a little bit about this area, but look at the track you can see under the water. Little swans there, that's beautiful. It's probably the best entrance to like a Planet Snoopy area that I've been to at one of these parks. You got Boo Blasters down here, and from what I understand, they've rethemed their version of Boo Blasters at Kings Island. It's now something totally different. That was the last Cedar Fair / Six Flags park that I was at. But yeah, look at this. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a great area of the park actually. It's very open as well. You've got like a mini carousel down there. Oh look, a little airplane ride that goes round on the track. I think there's like maybe a stage down there, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it's a really nice park. Boo Blasters there, the dark ride that I was just on about. I did do the Kings Island version before it was refurbished. It's really nice. Some nice music in the area too. You got Beagle Brigade Airfield. There's a carousel down there. You got a little ride over there. It's really nice. I wouldn't spend too much time in there. It's not really for me. But if you've got a family, if you've got young ones that like these kind of rides, then bring them here. Because I think this is, just from appearances, it's the best kids area that I've been to at one of these parks in America. Just love the entrance mainly. Oh, this is where I was sitting. When I was at the second inland to Yukon Striker, this is the area I was looking at, Kidsville. This must be a bit different because you got the I don't know, the wooden coaster down there. I don't know, that's the carousel there. I'm not entirely sure what coaster is down there. Oh, it's Ghost Coaster. There is 3 wooden coasters. We won't dwell too much on that. As you can tell, I'm trying to pace myself. Kids though, it's a nice entrance, isn't it? I love all the trees around here, it's nice and shaded. Nothing like Epic Universe where there's no shade. Look at these nice tall trees. Kidsville Station, I think that's for the little train ride that I just showed you previously. I think this is the smallest credit out of the park. I don't think I was going to get this one anyway. No matter my condition. Yeah, it's one of those. Maybe one of those 2 lab specials. A little bit of theme in there, nothing too bad. Doesn't need to be too much, does it, for the kids? It's got a nice sign up there, really nice. But yeah, it's a nice area. For the kids, if you want to get the coaster credits out for the kids. Nice little start there. They've got something for everyone, haven't they? It's just so good. I absolutely adore this park. Yes, I've only done 5 coasters, but from just exploring the park over the last 3 days, I've absolutely adored it. And I can see why it gets big crowds. Yes, it's not far from downtown Toronto. That does cause it to get big crowds, but I can also see why it gets those crowds, even if it wasn't in Toronto. It's just so many good attractions, isn't there? Look at how colourful the buildings are. All these little games here. Not too much foot traffic at the moment. And you have got a family suspended Vekoma down here as well. Yeah, I have been on one of those. Yeah, it's very sunny down here at the moment. For some reason I thought Silver Street was closed. the Tacoma family suspended coaster. I just think there's not many people there, so it's not sending the train around when there's no people there. But yeah, it's not my favourite part of the area here. Quite open. Got a couple of kids rides there. The Silver String, yeah, it's probably the main attraction here. Quite a big ride, isn't it? You go from that little kiddie coaster to this, and you go to one of the other major coasters around the park. It's just a perfect stepping stone, isn't it? Yeah, we are going to make our way now to the second half of the Little Yukon Striker. Because it traverses multiple parts of the park, you kind of don't want to keep going back and forth. So we're going to make our way down there now. We're not far from that area. But yeah, so much shade. It feels so much cooler just standing here. It's just, I think it's only a one train special I write this anyway, so the operations won't be fantastic. When I last went past all at AlpenFury, when I last went past that about 15 minutes ago, yeah, that was shut again, so I might be having a few issues today at AlpenFury. Got a little balloon ride there. Oh, I hear a roar. Is that a B&M roar or is that a Premier? I can't tell. And here we are, perfect timing. It's just going about to come through the vertical loop and now make its way through the second Immelman. Here we go, we have got Timberwolf Falls down to the left there, the park's log flume, but I think that's closed at the moment, so yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that one. Probably just about good enough to get on now with the temperature. Some more flower rides here, flying canoes. Again, even though this is a bit of an open area, look at the architecture, the theming. Not just basic, is it? It's fantastic. I love this park. I'm definitely coming back to this park at some point in the future. Maybe not in the next year or two, but definitely at some point in the future. And look what we have in the distance there. Windseeker open. Good to see that open. Like I said yesterday, I didn't open straight away, so yeah, look at this. You're not going to be able to get the best footage in the world because you don't really want to be standing there waiting for it to go through the whole layout. See the first Immelman down there, which looks much higher than it actually is. And it's going up the lift hill again, so the operations are fantastic on Yukon Striker. I think it runs 3 trains, not entirely sure. But yeah, we'll wait until I get around to this part of the layout and I'll show you. Fantastic. Again, shoddy camera work. Kind of hard. I stood under the ride, so it probably made you feel sick there. Yeah, look at this. Again, I can't get out how beefy that track is. It's so much wider, isn't it, than like a B&M or like a floorless coaster. And this is my favourite part of the park if you just want to relax. Less foot traffic. And I can hear, oh yeah, AlpenFury is open. It sounded like a Premier roar. I'm right there. You ride through there, so many good angles, isn't there? They've got so much real estate. Yes, they're in the middle of like Vaughan in the Toronto area. There's so much room here. I wouldn't want them to get rid of this though. That's the problem. And I hear that traditional click clack or whatever the noise is. Here, the operations are just fantastic. Then the log flume there right in the middle, right under the brake run for the second drop. And if I understand this right, this is Splashworks, the water park. I might have got that name wrong, but I think they closed it off now. It doesn't open until I think the end of May. That's the start of like, the water park season in America and Canada. A lot of the parks didn't open the water park straight away, which is a shame. I get it, somewhere this far north, we're in Ontario, Canada, so it's not going to get warm straight away. It's just the same temperatures we get back home in the UK, really. And here we are. I've probably got a better angle here of the ride. It's just gone through the first Immelman. Here we go. You can hear the screams. Woo! And we finally made it over to Tundra Twister. Yeah, this is a Mondale Avalanche. It's a massive ride. You can see why it's the part of the Mondale family. It's got the same style of arm as a Top Scan. It's a bit different. I think each side spins, I'm not entirely sure. But this one, yesterday we said it was open at 11 AM. Yeah, a bit weird. This said the ride's closed now. Is it a technical ride? Does it have a lot of downtime? It'd be nice to know if the locals could tell me if that's the problem with this ride. And look, I've seen pictures of it online. And of course, look at the beast in the background there. Yeah. And now, I'm going to go and get some more shots from off-ride and think about what I've missed. If I missed anything, I'll try and show you. There's some more rock work here. Again, not the most detailed tour of the park. Probably want a local to tell you more. Yeah, I'm sure there's areas of the park I missed out, but I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to pace myself. You know my issue I'm having over the last few days. But yeah, I'm going to go get some more off-ride shots to put in from around the different rides. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I thought I'd go and show you some merch. This is the first shop on the right as you enter the park. There are a number of stores. I don't think this one has a name. Yeah. Look at this, I do quite like this merch actually. I'm thinking of getting AlpenFury. I don't know if that's AI, I can't tell. I do like Leviathan. Leviathan. But you got when you look at these prices, I don't think you can see that it's $70, but it's not US dollars, it's Canadian dollars, so it's not as expensive as it looks. These are some nice shirts. You've got to be careful, sometimes the images, it can blatantly not be the ride, but there's some nice merch. That's all about Alpen based. This is quite a nice one. I quite like that one. What else have we got? Yukon Striker. Yeah, it does look pretty AI. I'm not normally the one to fuss over that. I'm not too bothered. But yeah, that one, I may get that one. I think I spotted something else there, but I can't remember where it is. It might be... Well, that's quite nice as well. I'll have to have a look at the price of that. Oh, look at these. Well, I want one like this, but for what's it? AlpenFury. That'd be quite nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, there's a lot of good merch in it actually. Yeah. Look at that. That's just stats all over the pack. Well, let's go and take a look at the Wonderland store. This is the store to the left of the entrance. Yeah. Some different merch in here. You've got Planet Snoopy stuff. It is really nice, isn't it? You got to admit it. It is really nice. Nice and colourful. Let's have a look at this. Oh, we found some new stuff. I kind of like this. Is there anything on the back of it? Is that the bag or is that the bag? Can't tell. There's same stuff here. I saw that in the last store. Yeah. I can't find the one I want. Yeah, I'm a bit of a pickle here. So there we go, a different style of vlog for you guys. I hope you don't mind it. I've just not been feeling great the last few days. Much better today on the third day of the trip, but wasted 2 days really. I did do, was it 4 credits out of the 18? And merely a number of them I don't really need to do anywhere. A couple of them are kiddie coasters are not really for me. I could have done them for the credits, but yeah. And I feel better now, and maybe I could get on the rides now, but I'm just not feeling it really. I don't want to risk it. Go back to the hotel, get a bit of rest, a few hours just having to eat, having something to drink. Maybe I won't have any issues later on in the week when I go, well, maybe next week, sorry, not later on in the week, next week for Poulton's Park when I go for the opening of Valgard. Really looking forward to that, but this park, Canada's Wonderland, absolutely amazing. Not a great time, of course, like I said, body-wise, but yeah, what I have done has been absolutely crazy. AlpenFury did that first fitting on Friday, absolutely amazing. 2 rides on that, first time I got in the park, and straight away I did 2 rides on that. Smooth, glossy smooth, great elements, love the little launch out of the station, not out of the station, but you know what I mean. You turn right, go to the launch, into Wonder Mountain and up Wonder Mountain, where you got a Leviathan in the back, and then you got upside down, you got a store all on your side, plenty of twists and turns. And yeah, it's a fantastic ride to AlpenFury. And that beast you can hear behind me, Leviathan. not my favourite Giga coaster. I've done Millennium 4, so I've done Fury. Probably put Fury first, and then Leviathan second. It's about 1,000 foot, maybe just a bit under, less than Fury 325. That's what I prefer that. It does have a bit of turnaround on Fury as well. This isn't too bad. It does interact with the security, the turnaround, and it has got a little bit of airtime, like a low speed hill, and the turnaround's pretty similar. It's a really good Giga coaster. It's just a nice fun ride, very rideable, a little bit bumpy, but it's basically smooth, not rough at all. But they're the two highlights, AlpenFury and Leviathan. You got Yukon Striker as well, probably the best dive I've been on apart from Griffin at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. It's a good ride. It's got different second half. You've got two Immelmans, you've got a vertical loop. I think, is that the only vertical loop I've done on the dive? I think it is. But I've done that, and I've done Behemoth. That's one of my favourite hypers. It doesn't get talked about enough, but it's got a very different layout to what you're used to on the likes of Mako. I put it nice high as Shambhala, but all the sun's in my eyes. But yeah, it's really good. Different layout at the end, little two turnarounds, one near the station, one near the second half, well, the first half of the layout, if you get what I mean. Yeah, it's an overall really good hyper. But yeah, 4 good rides that I've been on. I wish I would have done all 18, but like I said, I don't need to do all 18 anyway, and I'll definitely be back. So I'm sorry I didn't give you a review of every single ride. I did the major ones that I definitely wanted to do, that I 100% needed to do when I got here. And yes, maybe the trip's a waste of money, but I've explored the park plenty the last 3 days, and especially today, got plenty more shots of the rides. Admittedly, maybe only 3 or 4 rides, but it's what I enjoy the most. If you want to see everything else, I'm sure everyone else has done vlogs and got into detail about this park. But from what I've seen, fantastic. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.